the cybersecurity space seems overloaded with startups. What are some standout qualities you look for when choosing an investment in this field?
So it is true the cybersecurity field has many thousands of startups, and CISOs today are looking for consolidation and a simpler use case to protect their businesses. But when we're investing, we're looking for 3 or 4 different things. First and foremost is a great team of people who have relevant experience. Secondly is trying to understand the problem that they're solving, and is it a problem that customers are willing to spend money on? And then how many of those customers exist in the market, and is it a big and growing market that the team is innovating into? So what we find is the CISO's demand for consolidation is balanced against new problems that are trying to be solved by innovative companies. And as an investor, you're trying to find the balance between the innovation and the customer demand.
What was your vision when starting CloudKnox, and what makes the business so special?
The CloudKnox vision is to provide a single platform to manage the security and operations of every cloud infrastructure. Today, virtualization and cloud are at the heart of every enterprise. Even a small incident there could have significant impact. So prevention first approach is super critical. CloudKnox is founded on that principle. With the cloud computing, all it takes is a few clicks or a couple of lines of script to create an entire data center. And it is equally simple to cause the opposite with either accidentally or with malicious intent. CloudKnox makes it easy for enterprises to minimize these risks across their private and public clouds with a single platform. That's our vision.
Tell us about CloudKnox and why they stood out to you.
So why do we love CloudKnox? CloudKnox is doing a really innovative thing in the market. First and foremost, we've seen the adoption of cloud has been building momentum over a number of years. And with the onset of COVID, that's accelerated. And we've seen many enterprises now really drive to adoption of cloud across all sorts of different platforms. In parallel with that, we've actually seen a problem where the automation and the adoption of cloud and the automated tools that they deliver has created a problem in identity management. And CISOs have suffered from a lack of talent in their organizations and being able to find good talent. It's a market phenomenon. And CloudKnox sits at the heart of that problem in helping customers solve on how to manage identity and access to these cloud platforms in an automated way and in an ongoing way. So it becomes a very important tool in the sort of armory of a CISO in solving this problem. The other thing we look for is a great team. And so we've known Balaji for sort of over a year, and he's assembled a fantastic team of people who are really hitting the mark and hitting great goals. And then we look at the market opportunity and we say, okay, how many customers are there that are willing to buy the CloudKnox solution? And with the adoption of cloud, you can see there's a great opportunity in the market for the talent that Balaji has assembled and the product that he's built for these customers to really lean into this and start to buy the service. So we've seen the company kind of go from strength to strength. We've seen sophisticated customers buy the technology and solve real-world problems, and we're seeing that start to accelerate. So that's a handful of reasons as to why do we think CloudKnox is going to be a winner in the cybersecurity space.
Talk us through how your customers benefit from using CloudKnox.
Today's cloud infrastructure has seen unprecedented levels of automation, and this has transformed all identities into superpowers. While this is great for efficiency, but it comes with its own set of risks. A couple of years ago, Amazon S3 service went offline because of a fat finger mistake by an employee. Half the internet that depended on it went offline. Those kinds of accidents can be prevented. But the issue is we're still using a 30-year-old assumptions-based mechanism where identities belong to a static role that gives them extensive set of permissions. And they only use a fraction of those. In fact, we found that most identities use less than 1% of what they are given for their day-to-day operations. And these identities are not just limited to human beings. There are literally hundreds and thousands of machines, bots, access keys, scripts, etc. The most effective way to address this is by provisioning just enough permissions. But the paradigm has to shift from assumptions-based to data-driven, usage-based approach. Doing this manually is almost impossible because it requires keeping track of tens of thousands of operations resources and their usage across all these different clouds. Our platform automates all this and paves the way for this paradigm shift with our patented activity-based authorization model. We provide complete visibility into which identities can touch the infrastructure, where they are coming from, what operations are they entitled to do, what do they actually use for their day-to-day operations, and then give the ability to take action with our JEP controller, just enough privileges controller. And also, since the infrastructure is dynamic, you can continuously monitor it with a metric we created called privilege creep index, making it simple for you to gain that complete visibility, take action, and monitor it on a continuous basis.
Where do you see the key opportunities for CloudKnox in the market?
So the key opportunities for CloudKnox are in a number of areas. So first and foremost, you have customers that would love to drive automation into their businesses and solve a problem around the management of identity, around the adoption of cloud platforms. That today exists really in the enterprise market, but we see that expanding over time from enterprise into mid-market, and ultimately as more cloud platforms are adopted and multi-cloud platforms are adopted, wherever that is, CloudKnox has an opportunity to sell to those customers. So Telstra Ventures and CloudKnox, the relationship started 18 months ago, and the work that Telstra Ventures do, we actually work with our portfolio companies to help them drive net new revenue opportunities. And we could see in Balaji's team and in the company the opportunity to expand what they do and bring the company and its services into the Australian market. So when we invested, we actively look now to help the company scale into other markets that we can help reach and touch.
What's your vision for the cybersecurity space over the next 5 years, and how does CloudKnox fit into that vision?
Cybersecurity industry is severely looking for resources that are properly trained. And the paradigm shifts from reactive mode into prevention first approach. It takes center stage. And automation would be the name of the game. That is the only way to keep up with the level of innovation and the lack of properly trained personnel. Managing identity permissions at the finest level of granularity is the foundation for prevention first approach. And CloudKnox platform is all about that. Automation is one of our key value propositions. All it takes for our customer to turn on a switch to put it in autopilot mode, our platform can act autonomously and provide a secure and safe environment.